Hello and welcome back to HD Racing and to another live stream. I finally managed to start one up again, finally had the time to do so, and we are gonna try and continue with the Builders Cup here. And actually I already managed to do something in the open tour here. So the C class and B class I already did. I did record those, but not that interesting, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna show them at any point. But I thought, might as well, I wanna do these anyway, so let's just show you what it is like. So once again, for people who don't know, the open class tour will be unlocked once you have finished premium performance here in the modern tour, so basically the last event. And once you've done that, you can then start the open class tour, which is supposed to have a German manufacturer theme for this month, but I was able to just pick any car in that performance class for each of these series so far. So we're gonna see if that's gonna stay the same. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's intended. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I can now pick basically any A-class car that I want. I could pick something that is already at the top of A-class, then I just won't have any ability to upgrade it any further, or just any old A-class car that I then can upgrade throughout the Builders Cup. And I think we're gonna do the latter to also check out how the new progression system, or the changed progression system, is now working in the Builders Cup. So yeah, as you can see, can definitely still do basically everything here. So take every car. I'm actually gonna see. Well, let's first maybe check what cars I own that I could use here. So I already did the BMW Z4 in another cup. Well, actually that might be interesting. I kind of wanted to take this M4 for another series, but it was I did take something else, so I kind of skipped out on this. It's still level 1, so yeah, might as well try that. It's also within the theme of the German manufacturers, so let's just do that. We are gonna start at Watkins Glen full circuit, and yeah, we are limited to 700 A-class. We are at 641 right now, and we don't have anything, basically 300 points. We can use those. There's basically still the same stuff unlocked, I think, as before at level 1. So what are we gonna do? I think we're just, for now, just gonna put some performance parts in. I don't know, maybe like so. And just see how the car performs. Also, hopefully the game will run smoothly. I've had a lot of problems recently where I had to restart my game a bunch of times to get decent FPS. I mean, these sequences here, the video sequences, are always a little bit low FPS. They are now running at 30 right now, but that should fix itself once we are in game, actually on track. If the game is really not working for me, then I get like 10 to 15 FPS in these sequences, and on track then like 20 to 30, which is like ridiculous for the system that I'm running. But for now it seems good. We're actually gonna head into practice here, and I'm also going to drive practice a little, at least for the first one here. A, to level the car a little bit, and B, to also see how this is, what this is like. I'm expecting it to be quite tail happy, this M4, but we'll see. Kind of curious. At least I've got traction control set to sport, so shouldn't be all that bad if it tries to step out under me. I can definitely feel there's a lot of power at the back. Kinda need to get used to the wheel again. I've been doing a little bit of controller playing for an upcoming video. Did prepare a little bit, and yeah, wanted to use the controller there. Kind of need to get used to the wheel again now, but should be fairly quickly be able to do that. Actually, the M4 feels better than I thought. I mean, it's understeering quite a lot, like basically all of these cars in lower PI classes are. I feel like that is not something we're gonna get rid of completely, but we can hopefully improve on it. And other than that, even on power, it doesn't feel that bad. I mean, you can see that TC is kicking in. It would probably be worse without. I might actually try. Because I feel like this car doesn't really need TC. So let's just head to the settings and change traction control and put it to off, and let's just see how that feels. If it's too terrible, I might put sport traction control back on. But I kind of want to try. Probably don't downshift to second gear there, and yeah, I need to be careful on exit now. But it feels a little bit more alive like this, so as long as I can manage, I think I'm gonna not use traction control here. Another lap. This first one wasn't all that great. I can definitely feel the missing grip up the hill here. So I'm curious how this is gonna go. Oh, actually that's an off-track, interesting. And I even get a penalty for that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be interested how the car leveling will feel after the update 1.0 now. Because I feel like from what it read, and I did take a look at what levels the different parts now unlock, it should be way better in terms of choice in the beginning, so you can actually like take tires earlier, or suspension, or even the weight reduction. But I think it's still gonna be very limited because the car points haven't changed. But I think that's something we're gonna figure out here. Oh, careful. Yeah, without TC it's actually a little bit of a challenge to handle on especially slower corners on the exit. Should be fine. Need to work on my throttle control anyway. Try third gear through this corner. Don't run wide here. Definitely a better lap this time, even though I invalidated. But yeah, let's finish practice here and let's head to the race. Okay, I already set fuel levels, so we should be all good here. And let's maybe start out by putting ourselves where our time would put us, and that's actually at P4, or actually even P3. Interesting. Yeah, for this first race, why not? Or, whatever. Let's have a little bit more of a challenge. Let's go to P10. Even though I have to say, the more you play the Builders Cup, or any single player for that matter, the more you get fed up with the AI, because they really are, well, they are fast. I give them that, but they are dumb. Really, really dumb. And they just don't care if you're there. They bump into you from the back, from the side. And yeah, they basically just don't drive well when other cars are around. Which is a shame, because I feel like the AI could have been something that Forza could have improved on a lot here to make the game more fun in single player. But the way it is right now, I think single player is mostly still just, well, to have something to do on the side and just have a little bit of fun once in a while. But I think most of the game still resides in multiplayer. And luckily, there is a lot that has been done to multiplayer, and I'm actually really happy. Only thing that I'm not happy about is the driving standards, but hopefully that'll improve. But the systems in multiplayer, I think, are implemented quite well so far, and if there are some more fixes to ratings, to Forza race regulations, and I think it will be, we will have a very long life ahead of it, hopefully. Oh, a little wide here. And a little deep here. Okay, where's this guy going? Probably just on the racing line. Understeer problems. And oversteer on the exit. Yeah, I managed to get by this guy. So how many laps are we doing even? 3. Okay. Well, let's see if we can manage to get to a podium. Should be the goal here. Careful here. Don't have the downforce in this that you do in the cars that you normally drive, in multiplayer especially. He's trying to keep up with the guys in the front here. And that's what I said in the beginning. AI is fast if they're just on their own. And since they've spread out a lot now in the front, you can see they are really pulling away. And if I do stupid stuff like that, then they pull away even more. I mean, I'm kind of keeping up, but I'm not catching up right now. Oh boy. Yep. Saw that one coming. Well, it happens.
Last lap.
So much for the podium, I guess. Maybe we can get P5 back. Really struggling on that exit. Like I'm not even gonna get P5 back here. Oh, maybe I should have started more towards the front, but what can you do? Or P6 can definitely improve on that. So let's see after this first race. I think, did I see that right? We are now car level 4. So we should have quite some things unlocked. Let's see what we can now actually do, because I don't think we will have many car points. So especially on the wheel front, so tire compounds, I don't think we will have the ability to do much. Yeah, we unlocked a couple of things, so that's nice. But yeah, as I said, not sure if we will have the car points to even do much here. Let's see. So tires, that would be the interesting one. So it's 700 CP for just street tires. And yeah. So we could go for those if we remove the performance parts again, like so. Maybe also just get rid of oil and cooling and maybe get a little bit more tire width. Or we also can't even do that. Is there anything else that we can do? I mean, anti-roll bars, okay, but I think they're also 150. Yeah. Brakes. Yeah, it's 600 for race brakes. So yeah, we can't really even do all that much. So the only thing we can do is just put oil and cooling back on. But yeah, let's see. Like maybe just because we have a little bit better tires now, the handling will be better. So we are gonna try if that does much. Well, at least braking is improved, at least from these stats. Yeah, not always that accurate, but I give you a little bit of an indication. Okay, we're gonna go to Maple Valley in light rain. That might be interesting. So better tire compound will definitely help. Power wouldn't have helped here, so let's see.
Turn 1, Maple Valley's Farmhouse Carousel, has multiple racing line options, depending on how fast you enter from the front straight.
And as always, reduce fuel load. Fine. And let's start practice. Again, gonna do a couple of laps here. Not all too much. Just to get a feeling for the car, but I mean, we are now driving the rain, so it's gonna feel different regardless. No, definitely still need to be careful on power. And as far as I remember from one of the other Builder Cup series I did, I need to also be really careful over these crests that are all over Maple Valley, which can really unsettle the car if you're not completely straight. target time here is a 1:55.3. Let's see if we can get close to that. Taking it a little bit slow this first lap. I also don't really know how fast you can take this in a car like this. Wow, actually managed to beat that time by a lot, even in this first lap. I'm not quite sure about these target goals. In the beginning I felt like they were always kind of around the time that I was barely able to do on the difficulty setting which I'm on, which is 6 out of 8. But like now they feel kind of all over the place. Sometimes you can barely do them, or maybe not even at all. And then like this, I mean, 4 seconds, more than 4 seconds faster on not that great of a lap. Not quite sure what that is about. Guy behind me seems to be faster. At least was. Always over these crests, if you're just on power a little bit, it's very easy to lose the car. More risk this time. Well, can barely do it like that. And that's a 150.3. Okay. Then let's actually head to the race now. And this time I'm gonna put myself where I would be in terms of lap time if this was a qualifying instead of a practice. Go to the race, and with that time I would be here at P5. Right. Let's see if we can this time get a podium out of this. Oh. Interesting, there are AI on wet tires. I don't even have the ability to put those on. Well, then let's just go. These rolling starts are always a little bit weird, I think, with the weaving around. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weirdly implemented. Whoa! And that's what I meant in the first race when I said AI just don't care if you're there. What was that about? Can I go on the inside here? A little bit of contact, but that's not too bad. What? I don't understand this penalty system sometimes. There's just a little bit of door-to-door contact and I get a 0.5 second penalty. Well, luckily this isn't multiplayer, or else I would be a little bit annoyed. Up to P2, that's great. He's actually pulling away a little bit. Don't quite have the pace. Oh, that might be too fast. Oh, that is too fast. And that's a lot of damage. Damn it. Alright, is this car gonna stop flipping at some point? Where are we even? Alright. Yep, and let's just watch AI ram into me. Oh boy. Well, they managed to avoid me now, but oh god. Well, I think we're gonna restart this race. I don't wanna drive with a broken car. But this last corner at Maple Valley is really tricky in my opinion. Where did we go? Like P5? Yeah, this last corner, like in high downforce cars, you just hook the corner and you basically can go almost full throttle. In high downforce cars you can. Or at least you just have to lift a little. In these cars you really need to brake before. Otherwise you just run wide and, well, that happens. Oh boy. Let's be a little bit more careful. I wanted to go on his inside, but there wasn't any space there. Better start in the beginning, but now need to see that I can maybe get close to them again and try and overtake into P2. So yeah, let's be a little bit more careful this time. Actually brake. Don't want to destroy another car. Oh. Barely managed to slow down enough. Might also be a little bit too fast. Well, managed to save it, barely. Now I got that guy on my tail. Oh. Wow. Alright. Again, I broke the car. I wasn't paying enough attention and went on the grass a little, I think. So yeah, it tells me to do a pit stop. I think we're gonna do without, even though the car doesn't feel straight anymore. Now I definitely have to steer to the right a little bit to even go straight. That would have been nice to keep the podium position, but it is what it is. Not gonna restart again this time. You really need to be careful with these things, especially in the rain here. Just one small mistake can really cost you. And the rain is also getting a lot worse. And the understeer is also definitely worse now, probably also because the car is broken. Wow. Doesn't really want to stop anymore. Oh no, running wide again. Almost. I don't even know how I managed to do that here. Just not paying enough attention for just a second. It was enough to throw me off track. It's not even harder to get around this corner. But that's it for this race. Well, that was not a great performance by me.
Nice work out there.
It should have been a podium this time. But yeah, let's see what we did unlock now. So there's a lot more choice now for sure. That's good. But as I said, we won't have many car points. Oh yeah, let's continue. We won't have many car points to do like a whole lot with all those unlocked parts. So 800 left. We could put some power in. Or can we even do a lot with... We can't even put the race springs and dampeners on. We would have to remove something else, so I don't know. Yes, it's nice that we have choice, but these parts that are now unlocked very early, like tires, so tire compounds, are very expensive. So I'm not quite sure if that's actually, as I said in my video on the patch, I think it's more of a band-aid and they didn't really think that through. But, which is a little sad, I have to say. What are we actually gonna do? So if we can't do springs and dampeners, we can do anti-roll bars. So let's maybe do that. So that maybe we can also reduce the understeer a little bit. Even though that might induce more oversteer, but yeah. We'll see, we'll see. Let's go into tuning right now and... anti-roll bars. We're gonna make the front anti-roll bar softer, so we hopefully will have less understeer. Maybe even a little more, I don't know. We're gonna test this out. I'm not gonna touch the rear right now, unless I feel like I need to. Alright, heading to Kyalami now. By the way, if you just joined the stream or were watching for the last race, welcome. I normally can drive a little bit better than that. But yeah, sometimes just not paying enough attention and then stuff like that happens. Okay, let's see. Again, doing a little bit of practice. We're kind of curious once we are done with this cup, what level the car is gonna be in, like how many car points we'll have. As I said, I feel like the additional choice is very good, but if you can't do much with that choice because you just don't have the car points, then, well, that's still a little bit... They really need to take another look at that system, in my opinion. Still a handful on exit of corners, especially the slow ones. But that's also due to my throttle control not being very good, so said in the beginning, something I want to work on. Like my braking is a lot better than my throttle application. Just too used to being able to mash the power down, which you can't do in a lot of cars. It's too late. I don't think you can take more of that sausage curb in these kinds of cars. Would be all that bad. So our target time this time is at 2:05.6. I think we already have that, even though that lap again wasn't all that great. Not quite sure what's going on with that. Not like that I'm that much faster than the general AI field here, but I don't know. Target times are really all over the place. At least after the first couple of events in the Builders Cup. You really have to brake here? I think you do. Kind of drifting around that corner, but oh well. Well, you can take that sausage curb, but close your car around it. You'll need to be careful to not run too wide on exit then. Alright, not a bad time. Not great, but also not bad. Yeah, hopefully I will be able to do better in the race this time. Actually, quickly gonna grab something to drink here, if we can reach it. Okay, we are gonna go where our time puts us, which would be, well, actually I did improve, so it puts us P7. So let's start there. Again, it looks a little bit damp. Not quite sure if it's raining right now. That wouldn't be all too fun. It doesn't look like it's raining much, if at all, but definitely it looks wet on track. Looks like it. Hopefully it's working again. The game decided to crash. Well, it slowed down to like 5 FPS and then it just did hang completely. And afterwards it also almost took the stream with it. So I think we are still going. Well, looks like we are. Gonna take a quick look in a little bit. So I hope we didn't lose any progress here, but apparently we still have performance parts we can put in. Oh, we probably just leveled up in what we did in practice here, so well, let's just put some power in, I guess. Too much here. And get back to the race. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying, I have to say. I don't have these problems that the game crashes or freezes all that often, but from time to time it happens, and then there are the performance problems where I just have to restart the game to even get decent FPS. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the game, and they still haven't addressed anything. They even didn't say much of anything about the PC performance issues, which is kind of annoying to me, so hopefully there's gonna be something soon. Alright, this time we are going to skip practice because we already did this. Let's instead get to the race. And again, performance isn't great, I think. Well, hopefully it will sort itself out. Otherwise, I will have to restart again, which would be really annoying. Hopefully, don't have to do that. Let's see. Start the race. Where did we put ourselves? I think P7. So let's try and start there again. This doesn't look good. Performance again is like really low. Get 20 FPS right now, which that is really annoying, I have to say. I'm really sorry, but I will have to restart the game once again and just hope that it fixes the problem. Sometimes I do have to restart a couple of times. Really, really annoying, have to say. Not something that I want to deal with when live streaming. But for some reason, the game really has some kind of a problem where in some instances when I started, it just doesn't perform at all. And then sometimes when I start it, then it just gets me solid 60, 70, sometimes 80 FPS. Yeah. Doing this one more restart, and if that doesn't fix it, then I will sadly have to cut the stream short. I hope we can still continue here, but we'll have to see. Just wanna do this race at Kyalami. Now, let's get back in. Yeah, here. A-Class series in our BMW M4. And let's continue. and see if it is now fixed.
Kyalami sits at over 5,000 feet above sea level, so naturally aspirated engines can expect some power loss due to the thinner air.
It doesn't look great. Well, let's see. We're still gonna try. It's a little bit better now. Skip to the race once again. I'm really sorry for all this shenanigans and not being able to show you any actual racing here because the game just doesn't wanna play ball. Hopefully we can do it this time. Let's go to the race, P7. And let's see if it works now. Just keeping an eye on the performance. It isn't great right now, I have to say. But we'll try to make do what we have here. And actually try and focus on the racing. Where's this guy going? Alright. Not the worst start. That is something you don't see very often, even though I'm not quite sure if they were fighting, so to speak. Because I haven't seen much actual fighting from AI before. Or maybe they also just both were trying to drive on the ideal line and have no awareness of other cars around them, and maybe that led to that crash. That's always kind of funny to see when the AI does something like that. Funnily enough, they don't get penalties for stuff like that. I've never seen that. Not for crashing other cars and not for going off track. So either they are just more well-behaved, or the system just doesn't allow for penalties for AI. Not quite sure. I've been a little bit tight, but still on track, so that's fine. We finally have a run with this guy. That line wasn't all too great. Nope, that was still fourth gear. God. Still keeping up with the guy in front, but really difficult to actually catch up enough to attack him. It's a little bit deep. Try and recover with a good exit. I was a little bit late on brake there. That cost me. I always need to be careful on the curves here at Kahanami. The sand on them just makes them feel like ice sometimes. Right, again, not managing to get to the podium. For some reason, this cup seems cursed and I can't really get there. It's a little bit annoying. That's also due to my not really perfect driving here, so can't really blame the game too much. Alright, we have some more CP available. So actually I'm gonna remove the exhaust for now, and I want to actually try and see. Oh, we actually do have enough points for both. So we're gonna take springs and dampness, race variant, and we also could maybe go for sport tires instead of putting more power on. I feel like this car already has more than enough of that. Can't do race tires, but that's not so bad. So maybe we can upgrade something else, like one of the brakes are too expensive. So what are we going to do? 150 points. 200. All these parts are 200. Maybe just don't take oil and cooling here. Just take air filter, should be fine. And then I think we can just take a flywheel. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, a little bit less speed now, but again, this car has enough power as is and just need more performance, more handling out of the car. Let's see. Suzuka, full circuit. I think this is already the last event. All these events in the Open Series are only 4 races. So
the relatively old asphalt sections here at Suzuka should provide some solid traction for the intense lateral G-loads you'll feel through its 18 corners.
Well, the lap is the race is only 2 laps. That's really not all that much. Oh well. Again, just do a little bit of practice. Wow. Releases you into the flying lap and you have to brake immediately. If I set the game to low medium picture quality, yeah, it crashes too. I have been playing on medium and I also tried low. It sometimes works really great, and then sometimes it just the game just seems to, I don't know what's going on. It just goes from like a solid 60 to about 80 FPS down to like 20 to 30. The crashing just sometimes happens also regardless of what settings I use. I don't know, there's something going on with the game performance on PC, not quite sure. Oh, why? Still more than enough power in this car. I'm just gonna do one lap of practice here. And then head to the race immediately. Boy, can't brake that late. You can definitely feel the improved suspension now. It doesn't move around as crazily under me as it was before, so race suspension, or springs and dampeners as it's called here, really helps. And I think the tire compound also helps, just with general grip and handling of the car. So yeah, we're in the fourth race of the Builders Cup event here, and we have, what are we on? Sport tires and the race suspension, so it's good that you can have that now. But as I said before, I don't feel the improved choice in the beginning from the changes to the progression system really do all that much, because you just don't have the car points in the beginning. Like, it starts to open up now, the car is level 11 now. And that's pretty good. Yeah, let's actually skip practice here, or the rest of it, I should say. So yeah, it starts to open up now, but I mean, the cup is almost over here, so I'm not quite sure. I think it's definitely improved from what it was before, so you actually have something useful for handling, especially in the beginning here, when you have done like maybe one race, and especially if you just did a little bit more practice there. But in the grand scheme of things, I think it's still very lackluster. Oh, actually, my time wasn't all that great. I mean, it wasn't. I made some mistakes, so let's just start in the middle of the field. Don't want to start all the way in the back with this crazy AI. It's already gonna be quite a lot right here. Where do I go? Well, that is something I could have done, I guess. Kind of funny that even in AI races there are these guys that don't brake for T1 and just go barreling through. I thought that was only a multiplayer. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm here as well. Yeah, thanks. Ah, lovely. Yup. Lovely. I think I'm gonna restart here. And I thought that only in multiplayer stuff like this happens, but nope. AI also just doesn't care. Let's try once more on P12 and see if we can do that, or if we need to start more towards the front, because AI will wreck our day otherwise. Maybe try and go in. Oh, there's no space here. And again, I just don't care. What are they doing? Oh boy. No, don't push me on the grass, please. And this turn the AI just can't do, especially or mostly when they are in a pack. This one same. I'm just gonna go around the outside, even though that's gonna be an off track. Yeah, whatever. That's kind of funny to see that still AI, at least in a pack, is really slow in some corners. Even the famous slowdown in Orange Radion on Spa is back. It was always really funny, I think, in Forza Motorsport 7, when the AI was just slowing down to a crawl going up the hill on Orange Radion. And it's not as bad in this game, but they still slow down quite a lot when they are in a pack, at least. When they are alone on track, or if they have spread out a little, then they're actually really fast there now. But for some reason, Turn 10 still didn't manage to get the AI to a point where it can actually race, like properly race with other cars beside them. It can go fast if it's alone now, okay, but I don't know, for having a good racing experience in single player, I'm not quite sure if this is enough. Well, actually, I am quite sure that it's not enough. I'm hoping that there's gonna be improvements, but at least on the AI front, I don't have very high hopes that they're gonna overhaul this system all that much. Would be nice, would make single player way more fun. But at least I am not getting my hopes up. Already the last lap? Like, why are we only doing 2 laps here? The races are so short in these single player events. Not quite sure why there aren't any longer races here. I mean, okay, if you have short races from time to time, it's fine for me, but only short races? Not too happy about it, have to say. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Oh, managed to save it this time. As I thought in the beginning, this car is quite the handful. Really not catching the guys in the front anymore. Oh no, oh no. Well. As I said, this car is a handful and I have trouble controlling it sometimes. Oh well, again, not the greatest performance by me. Maybe it's not my day today. But I think we are now done with this cup. And yeah, we've unlocked a lot of things. But still, the car points are, I think, still too low to actually do a full upgrade on this car. So, yeah, not quite sure. So, on the Open Class series, or the Open Class Tour, we are now almost at the reward car. Yeah, just need to do the S-Class series and then the reward showcase. But I think I'm gonna do that another time, as the game still is not performing all too well. I might do another stream later today, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll do the rest here of the Open Class series, or maybe I'm gonna try some multiplayer. That also might be kind of fun to live stream that. Not quite sure. We'll see if I have time and if I can manage to get the game running smoothly enough again to the point where it's actually playable while streaming. But yeah, if you are still watching, thank you a lot for being here, and yeah, hopefully you will have a good rest of the day if I don't catch you again. Thank you a lot for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.